I know, nobody warned us either.
So fancy.
Looking good.
They didn't really know what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
To be fair.
The opening statement is you need to play these games to learn a lot about your team. You get kind of coaxed into practicing against yourself for a month, and you think you know what's going on, but until you play these games, you don't. It's very similar to last year. We played an exhibition against Dartmouth. I think we lost 3-2 in that as well. Very similar. We're not a good hockey team tonight at all. Sacred Heart is a solid team, and they were ready to play, and they're well coached. And we managed the puck very, very poorly. A lot of new players to our system, so I'm disappointed. I guess I'm not overly shocked, but I'm disappointed in the way we performed.
Last season at this time, you obviously jumped right into the fire against Minnesota State, who was one of the top teams in the country. I'm just curious how much of an advantage it is to sort of get this under your belt before you start playing games versus the Dartmouth one.
Yeah, for all the new players, it's really important, and even some of the returners. You know, we had a lot of individual effort tonight. We didn't play a great team game. This was necessary. I'm glad that we didn't have to play a regular game tonight. This is a wake-up call. It was really, our puck management was beyond poor. I didn't like a lot of our game. Didn't move the puck well. Didn't play with a lot of speed. I thought in the third period we finally started to look like we trying to do what we wanted to do. Thought we could have found a way to, tie the game. But we got a lot of new players. It's a wake up. It's not a wake up call. It's necessary. They need to play the game on our team, and we can practice certain systems and talk about things ad nauseum, but until you get in the game and realize how exactly you need to do it, you don't know. So it's frustrating for me. I was very frustrated. I wanted to just watch the game and kind of evaluate, give a lot of guys a chance to play. We were missing three major players for us tonight, which gave other guys opportunity. But it was not an enjoyable game to watch for me.
First goal was Reed to Cal. Is that just kind of something you want to see more out of them this season, is scoring?
They better. They play the first line and first power play. We need them to be, and they're good players. They're good offensive players. We need consistent offense out of those two guys for sure.
You got to get a look at all three of the goalies tonight. I'm just curious your thoughts on all of them.
I couldn't even think about the goalies. I was too frustrated with the other 20 guys. I'll watch some video and evaluate. We won the shootout, so that's the big positive. That's the big takeaway. We scored 2 for 2 in the shootout.
Yeah.
Make
they
that.
both looked good too. Lucas had a little. I didn't know he had that.
I'll tell him you said that.
Coach, the fourth line was composed of all freshmen. What do you think freshmen learn when they come from junior hockey or hockey below college hockey, and they come here and they see the pace of play is obviously very different?
What's your name?
Jacob Reppel.
Are you a UMass student?
Yes.
What year?
Freshman.
Welcome.
Junior, Maddie.
Matt, do I know you?
We spoke last year, and you asked me who I was with, and I told you my hometown. And then I was
Okay.
in Sylvan, and you asked
She
me I
was
in a jail cell.
she's the one you thought was
Still in Sylvan.
I remember. Okay. To answer your question, yeah, that freshman line, they're good players, but this is a big jump, and they played a little cautious. It's very important that I try to play them a lot tonight, and try to make them play a lot of minutes. I wanted them to play a lot of minutes and have to play tired, and I put them in positions, offensive positions. So I'm still not even sure who scored the second goal. Kenny Connors?
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. I still don't know how we scored, so I got to take a look at it. But we're going to need those three guys. They're all good players, and we're going to need them to grow up pretty quickly. And tonight was step one.
Face-off seems to be a little bit of a positive today. With the absence of Lapina, is it kind of big to see those face-offs still be a big factor?
Yeah, we think we'll be strong face-offs because Nadler comes in. He's pretty strong. Mercury does a good job. So Eric Faith will be in there. Eric does a good job, and Kenny Connors does a good job, and Sully does. So we've got 5 or 6 guys who can take face-offs. So it shouldn't, it was a strength for us last year with Lapina, but I don't think we should fall off too much. It should be an advantage for us.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Faith and obviously a couple other guys out. Do you expect them to be back for the first game against ASC?
Yeah, I think so. I think a couple of them should be back. Tonight was, we just took precautions with a couple of guys just to try to get him to full health. No reason, especially with Eric. We know what he does. So.
Obviously, there's a couple freshmen every year that always seem to stand out, but I'm curious how, just the number of freshmen and the number of new players that are playing this year, how important they are going to be to this team in comparison to years past. Now that it seems like there's so much turnover these last 2 years.
Yeah, we have 8 freshmen, and then four transfers, 1 goalie. So we got the 3 transfers. We need to be important players. McDermott in the back end, and Nodler and Koopman. We need that veteran, the experience that they have. They need to play like experienced players because it can't be like we've got 12 freshmen, or I don't care who you are, unless you're Michigan and they're all top 5 draft picks. You're going to struggle. So. It's again, I went into this year looking back at last year thinking we were terrible against Minnesota State, and we grew and got better, and by the end of the year we were a good hockey team. And I just got to learn to be a little more patient and realize that tonight it was a learning experience, but we were playing so poorly. Just guys, individual stuff, and some of it was system stuff that's on me that I've got to address, and obviously will. But a lot of new faces, even like our goalies. To me, we got 3 goalies, and Pav's got I think 1 game experience, and I know Cole's got more. But to me, it's like a freshman. He's never played here. I don't know him that well. So a lot of growth in front of us.
It was important to get a guy like Koopman because you always talk about how tough hockey he's played, and he obviously has all that hockey experience already.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I looked at the line chart tonight. He's almost our career leading scorer in the team. He's got 32 points. I think somebody has 35, and that's the highest. It's a little bit, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna score goals. I think we'll be all right offensively, but we don't have a guy that other than probably Scotty and Ufko who had 30-something points as freshmen. But up front, we don't have a guy that's carried the weight offensively. So I think we've got good depth, but it's not like Bobby. You could rely on Bobby to find you offense. We don't have a guy like that up front this year. I was going to ask you guys a question. I forgot it. Any more?
Coach, the first 2 goals looked like they were goals against. Looked like it was communications, or sorry, it was a turnover. Is that communications error? Is that something you could smooth over in practice, or is this just a systematic thing?
It was turnovers, and we got caught. We were tired, and we tried to change, and they just got a breakaway up the middle of the ice. That's the poor puck management that I really was frustrated with tonight. And we had, there's times where you just chip it off the wall, but just don't pass it to them, which we did too many times tonight, or we tried to skate into them and they transitioned. So, this is what I was going to ask you guys. So, UConn coaches all wear quarter zips, and I think like all basketball coaches have gone to it. I'm polling. Should the coaches at UMass wear suits, or should they wear quarter zips? And I'm not that I'm going to listen, but I'm just want your opinion.
I think you look great in what you're wearing right now.
Why, look at you, you're dressed to the nines.
I was gonna say,
You make the rest of them, you're shaming the rest of them here.
Oh, don't, this, you know, had to cover football games. No, I like the suits personally, but also, I mean, you made that run the national championship in quarters. Like,
Well, everybody was doing it that year.
well, yeah, because COVID, but you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
Could be the secret sauce.
After tonight, I don't think. I think I gotta go back to the suit after tonight.
Yeah, might as well try.
I'm just gonna say we play at a lot of cold places and just bear that in mind.
I know.
Suit jacket will take care of it though.
Suits don't keep me warm enough.
We are going to Maine this year.
Yeah.
That place isn't bad.
I didn't realize how far that is until I looked up the 300 miles that we're gonna drive.
We'll be a road trip.
Are we done?
Oh, Coach. Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks, guys. That was pretty insane. You guys have been playing together for 4 years. I guess we should expect that. I'm just curious, obviously, the offense is sort of a lot on you guys' shoulders right now being on the top line. What is that feeling like?
It's great, you know, being the older guys, like having that weight on our shoulders is, you know, it's good pressure for us, and we want to be in that position to score goals and provide for the team. So I'm excited for it.
Reed, it's your first time with an A, even though it's not a real game. What was it just kind of like being able to be a captain today?
You know, just stepping up when the team needs me to, you know, be more vocal. Kind of more of a quiet guy, so just out on the ice trying to be more vocal and, you know, leading that way.
Cal, how do you feel like you guys' connection has grown as players since freshman year? Obviously, you've been together for the whole lot of it, basically.
I think it gets better and better every year. I think this year we're stepping into a bit of a bigger role, and we're excited for it. It's going to push us to make us better. So I think we just have to embrace that role and continue to work on it and continue to push each other and get better as the year goes on.
You guys are getting to look at a lot of freshmen in this game in particular, obviously, because you can play pretty much everybody. I'm just curious what you've seen from that group so far through camp and then this game.
Those three have a lot of skill. I think they showed it a lot tonight. It's obviously a faster game, a more physical game, and they have some room to grow in that. But I think there was a lot of good in their game tonight, and I think they'll grow as the year goes on.
It's your guys' first time playing with Josh. Just what was it kind of like to play with Josh on that line?
It's good. Nads is a really good player. Happy to have him, and starting to build that chemistry. And you know, just out there, he was starting to make plays to us, and we were finding each other. So.
Cal, you threw the body around a lot tonight. Do you think that sets a message to the freshmen below you on what the standard is here at UMass?
Yeah, I mean, Carvey preaches it a lot. Doesn't matter how big you are, it's how big you play. And since I've been here, he's preached to finish your checks and play physical. So I think as an older guy, those younger guys aren't really used to that coming from juniors. So I think it's important that us older guys step up and show them how it is to play UMass hockey.
You guys have played a lot of games against Matt Koopman, and now obviously you're on the same team. Just curious what that feeling is like and what he's like in the locker room, what kind of presence he brings.
He's a good addition for sure. He's an older guy. He's been around for a while. I think he plays the right way. He plays hard, which is a good add to our team. And then in the room, he's vocal, steps up when he needs to, and keeps it light for sure.
Reed, do you think it's beneficial to get a guy like Koopman from Hockey East, being that this league is so competitive and so physical in particular?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we like to play hard above and finish our checks, and everybody in Hockey East plays that way. So it's, you know, good to pick him up. He knows how to play the right way. So.
A lot of takeaways from this game, or is that's just something you guys want to focus on in practice heading into the regular season?
Carvey was preaching a lot tonight, just puck management. We had a lot of turnovers. Need to possess the puck. You know, that'll provide more offense for the team and less offense for them. So just managing the puck better.
Anything more for these guys?
I think we're all good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Guys.